Welcome back to my shop. Today I'll be finishing up my 16 bowls by removing the base and then coating the bottoms with polyurethane. I'll show you my way of removing the bottom to make it a clean cut with very little sanding. Then I'll show you my technique for spreading the polyurethane so as not to get any drips on the rest of the bowl. Hope this helps someone with their projects. Enjoy! Well, now it's come time to remove the bottom so that I can flatten out the bottom. I've got this made up just to line it up. I've got my parting tool guide and I've set it up so that it's square this way, and what I'll do is just to use the parting tool to cut that off. And we'll see, comes out pretty flush. I just have to do a little sanding after I get the bottom off. I forget the most important part is to make sure this is in there and locked in so that nothing flies at me. Let's go start again. Well, that gets us to a point where I'm just going to shave the bottom with the parting tool a little bit, and then I can sand it. Oh, that's hot. Okay. I've got a sandpaper glued on here, and I'll just run it lightly over the bottom, and then we'll hit it with 400 grit. Check for flatness, and it's beautiful. And we'll do a couple different grits here, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with the last one. I'll show you all the procedure to it. I may speed up a little bit of it here and there, but I snug this into the coal jaws. Then I line up my cut-off tool, parting tool jig here. I've got that little notch there to line it up. I took a few still pictures so that you can see them. You can see the parting tool rest in position. I lined it up with my guide, and I'm ready to cut. But this lines up so that my cutting tool is on this edge, right on that edge. So that's all set there. Push in my tailstock so it won't fall off on me. I've sharpened my Sorby, Robert Sorby, 1/16 inch. Shield on. I have my disc left, just a little bit, but I want to make sure that there's enough flat on the bottom. Just going to clean up a little bit in the tab in the middle. That's that. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Now I've got the 80 grit. Perfect. Down to 400 grit. Oops. Perfectly flat. 400 grit. Get the dust off it. And we're done with that. All 16 are flat. They've been flattened out and sanded to 400 grit. So the next thing to do after this is to put, well, I only have 4 coats on these, so I'm going to put 4 coats of poly on the bottom. I'm going to wipe them on, and that's where we stand. Well, the point we're at now is that we've got all the bottoms removed. We've signed them all, and now we're ready to put polyurethane on the bottom of each one. Okay, we're coming to a point now we're going to put the bottom finish on. And what I want to show you now is that crack right here that we had to fix. Not very noticeable, and it is solid, so that nobody's going to care or notice. Maybe I'll keep that one for myself, who knows. But we're going to start by putting the finish on the bottom. And we're going to use a small rag. Dip the rag and just wipe it only from the middle out. We don't want to wipe it any other way. Otherwise, the edges will end up being all caked with the polyurethane. And I showed you before the polyurethane, it's a regular semi-gloss polyurethane. And what we're going to do is to put this on all 15, or 16 rather, bowls. And hopefully we don't get any runs or errors in this one or the rest of them. I'm not going to go ahead and video every one of them. I'll just show you this one and we'll move on. Looks pretty good. Let me just touch a little bit more. Have to get the light right in order to see, make sure I get everything on there. Looking good. Okay, so that's number 1, and we'll be doing the rest of them, and we'll get back to you. Well, we're down to number 15. And one thing I didn't mention before was the fact that I do wipe them. There's a denatured alcohol on the rag, and I just wipe them to get the dust off them. You can see that. So, and then I make sure to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm able to put my coat of polyurethane on there. And I showed you the can before. Minwax, that's all I use. Hopefully it's going to work out great for me. So, just to show you again, wipe it from the center out, making sure I get every bit of the edge. And then what I do is to make sure that I go with the grain at the end. And it's done. So there's number 16 of the 16. This is set number 1, all done. So now I have 3 or 4 more coats to put on that, and it'll be finished totally. I'm down to the last coat of polyurethane. Actually, coat number 6 on bowl number 16. I'm sanding very lightly with a 400 grit sandpaper on a block. Then wiping with a denatured alcohol, let it dry for a few seconds, and applying my polyurethane, making sure to wipe only from the center out so as not to get any polyurethane on the rest of the bowl. We've completed the task of putting polyurethane on all 16 bowls. Each bowl has a little bit of difference in their shape. They're all with the same pattern stripes. You can see that they're all finished. This one has a slight little lip here on the edge. That's number 1. Number 2 has a slight indent at the top around the edge. This one, number 3, is a straight line there. And number 4, well, number 4 is unique in that this is the bowl that had the crack in it. And we fixed it. It's come out pretty good. You have to really look close to get to see the crack. And we have them all finished. We've marked them and they're ready to put into their sets for the family to receive for Christmas presents. Just to show you the size of the bowls, this larger bowl is about 8 3/8 by 4 1/4 inches tall. The smaller bowls are approximately 7 3/8 by about 2 5/8 tall. I've organized them into their final groups. Each set is for one of my family members. I hope they appreciate all the work that went into making these one-of-a-kind sets of bowls. Merry Christmas! I'll be doing some bowls from wedges in the near future, so keep an eye out. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Please tell your friends. Thanks for watching.